1019 KACQ.
Good afternoon. I'm Casey Chapman here with your local Lampasas area news. This newscast is surface of Hoff Power Pawn and Gun. It was a fairly busy weekend for LPD. Officers were called out to track down a couple of prowlers, one in the 600 block of North Ridge, the other in the 600 block of East Avenue F. Several criminal trespass calls came in, including the 1000 block of East 4th, the 400 block of Plum, and the 900 block of East Avenue F. Dispatchers sent them out to cool off a domestic disturbance on Piccadilly Circle and a loud music complaint in the 1400 block of South Chestnut. Officers responded to an assault by threat in the 400 block of East Avenue J and were sent out on a few suspicious person calls, including the 600 block of North Key, the 800 block of North Ridge, and in the 200 block of South Walnut. One non-injury wreck was cleared up in the 1000 block of South Key. 42-year-old Dustin Jared Peak of Lampasas was arrested in the 1300 block of East Central Texas Expressway for unlawfully carrying a weapon, terroristic threats, his third or more DWI, and possession of marijuana. At the same time and place, 42-year-old Kelsey Renee Peak, also from Lampasas, was arrested on a Coryell County warrant for motion to revoke on a DWI charge. The county booked in 22-year-old David Huron from Fleurville for possession of a controlled substance, possession of marijuana, and unlawfully carrying a weapon, and 38-year-old Robert David Maloney of Lampasas for assault against a disabled or elderly person, resisting arrest, and a CAPAS Pro fine. Lomita had a quiet weekend. Kipner settled a disturbance, went out on a reported assault, trespassing complaint, a suicidal call, and a livestock issue. County deputies swept up a wreck, went out on a trespassing complaint, took a report of a runaway, cooled off a disturbance, went out on a suicidal call, rolled out to Cove to check on a suspicious person, and an animal complaint. The burn ban has been lifted until May the 7th. Stick around, more Lampasas local area news is coming up next.
Hey now, what are you looking for?
I'm a little short on change. I'm craving some tacos, and payday is still 2 days away.
Well, you have all of this stuff sitting around here that you're not using right now, so why not take it up to Hoffy's Pawn and Gun and burn it and have some money to tide you over? And I also see you have stuff that you haven't used in a long time that you could just go sell, like this guitar that you were going to learn to play years ago.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. I think I'll do just that. Tacos, here I come.
Hold up, I'll go with you. They take all kinds of stuff like guns, jewelry, musical instruments, laptops, tools, and a lot more. They also offer a large selection of quality new and used guns and pistols, as well as ammo. Hey, do you feel like venison?
No, I don't think so.
Hoffy's Pawn and Gun. Check them out online at hoffyspawnandgun.com or head to 201 South Water Street in Burnett for all of your pawn shop and gun needs.
And when you just want some extra money for tacos.
County offices will be closed tomorrow in observance of Texas Independence Day and will reopen on Wednesday. Just a reminder, a town hall meeting is scheduled for Lampasas residents Thursday evening, March the 11th at the old middle school cafeteria. The City Council is putting it together to receive input from residents on the winter weather event and the disruption of electric and water services. Council and staff felt it was critical to include public input to fully understand the impact and possible solutions moving forward. Now that Texas is drying out, there are renewed warnings about contractor fraud.
Water pipes that burst during the Arctic blast have been capped, but many homeowners left with a huge mess. Jason Meza with the Better Business Bureau says we're now entering storm chaser season.
A lot of out-of-state contractors coming in. They're pushy, they're high pressure. They might offer a free inspection. We advise against that because they could create more damage.
The governor's office has waived regulations about plumbing licenses, so he warns that the scam artists will now be out in full force. He says if a handyman is trying to get money out of you today, that's a red flag. Michael Board, TSN News.
Lampasas County is set to receive another 200 doses of vaccine each week. The vaccines will start arriving today and will be divided between the Family Medical Clinic and Rollensbrook. The vaccine is only available to Phase 1A personnel, which is frontline healthcare workers and long-term care facilities of those in Phase 1B category, which include people over 65 or people 16 and older with a health condition that increases the risk of severe COVID-19 illness. You'll have to make an appointment at either FMC Science or Rollensbrook. Texas property owners with enough damage from their winter storm may qualify for a temporary property value exemption.
Mark Price, the chief appraiser of the Brazos Central Appraisal District in Bryan, says the damage has to be at least 15% of the current property value.
For example, if your house, say, was damaged and it's valued at $200,000, then you would have to have $30,000 worth of damage to qualify under this.
Contact your local appraisal district for an application form. The deadline's May 28th. Bill Oliver, TSN News.
In sports, Lady Badger softball finished off the Llano tournament on Saturday, inching out Burnett 5-4 and shutting out San Saba 11-0. Badger baseball fell to Salado on Saturday, 4-1. The boys are getting ready for their Colleen tournament this Thursday through Saturday.
For your COVID-19 update, yesterday's estimated active COVID numbers around the region reported from the state shows Bell County down 5 with 394 active cases. Coryell County jumped 40 to 583. Burnett is down 1 with 478. Mills down a couple with 63. San Saba up 17 to 61, and Hamilton down 4 with 34. Here locally, as of Saturday, Lampasas County was reporting 25 active cases. That's a 10-case hike since the previous day. The number of fatalities remain at 25, and 2 remain hospitalized. The number of total cases in the county is over 2,000.
Thank you to our viewers. We'll see you again tomorrow. I'm Casey Chapman with your local Lampasas area news.
1019 KACQ.